What's going on, people? It's your boy Miquiel B, MB Miquiel B, ATL, hip hop evangelist. And in this episode, we're going to discuss the direction of ATL hip hop culture and why I am diametrically opposed to the rest of those guys and why those guys are going to have problems with what I'm talking about. But this is Hip Hop History Month. I'm giving you the history and you'll understand what's going on. So let me flip my card here and let's get down to it. So there is I would call a fanaticism in ATL hip hop with Parliament, Funkadelic, and George Clinton and what they did. I respect what they did, and those guys are absolutely divinely talented. But I have a problem with the underpinnings, with the drug culture and all the other stuff that comes along with that movement. So that's not my thing. Parliament is a jam band, for those who don't know. And we got two aspects of the way music can be done, or the way it has been traditionally done. So you have the jam band, which is this side, and then you have orchestration and composing on this side. Okay, so Parliament, Funkadelic, and George Clinton, those guys are jam bands. And over here, my choice is Earth, Wind, and Fire. I always thought when we started hip hop that we would look at Earth, Wind, and Fire, that would be our foundation, and we would go from there. But unfortunately, the guys who signed all the record deals and got famous, they chose George Clinton, those guys. I don't know why. So as a result of that choice, what do people do? Smoke weed, do all this foolishness, hang out, and then from that, now we have sampling. And people argue sampling is creative. Once again, I told you in another episode, I'm not a sampling guy. I don't agree with sampling. I think everybody needs to be doing something original. When I tie myself and tether myself to Mother Hip Hop, I hear what she says and I do what she tells me to do. All this other stuff. So for me, you got Parliament and sampling, and that's what they chose to do. But I chose, and I think we should start with Earth, Wind, and Fire, MIDI orchestration, composing, and orchestration. What many musicians would call sophisticated music. That's what I thought we were going to do. I got tightened up. They chose Parliament. Then, the Akai, the MPC came out, and that was it. But we also had access to the DX7 and the Korg M1. And wonderful music was done with that. But again, those guys wanted to sample. So they got the Akai products, the MPC, the SB1200 and all that, and they're sampling. So that's the riff that I have with the direction that hip hop went in. Because for me, we should have started at Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's where we're going from. Or we could have started at Gil Scott Heron. But unfortunately, they chose Parliament, Funkadelic, and those guys. And as you know, the Godfather Crunk, that's his thing. He loves that, the George Clinton thing, and that's them. That's not me, but that's them. And this concludes this episode.